Today, I will be showcasing a route I've created with the combination of knowledge from my speedruns and no-hit runs, as well as some no-deflect methods of approaching bosses. My main goal here was to make every boss as simple as possible for the beginner runner who doesn't have much experience with boss patterns or attacks. I'll be showing you all the items you'll need for this, where to get them, and how to effectively use them along your route. I'll also be showing you the quickest pathing you can take from boss to boss while still being safe and consistent to not get hit by any enemies. During the run, I may pick up items that are only for longer categories, like Immortal Severance or All Memories. These items will be denoted with a text pop-up next to them like this. Lastly, this tutorial will mostly be about cheeses and scripts and how to do them. I may talk a bit about fights, but not at length. If you want a more in-depth guide about fights, go check out Zephod's guide or Bird's guide, which are both linked in the description below. With all that out of the way, let's get into the run. Also, I realized after recording the intro that I'm saying I'm going to show you safe and consistent pathing while doing the tutorial like a maniac. So if you're doing like a multi-game run or a god run or whatever, you're not going to want to do the tutorial like that, obviously. I just do it like that because it's the beginning of the game and it's an easy reset point. So we're coming up on the first boss now, Tutorial Genichiro. And as of 2022, there's no real cheese for this guy, so you're just going to have to straight up learn him. As you can see, I'm trying to clash swords with him twice to make him go in a loop. See, I attack twice, and then I react to whatever he gives me. So if he rolls right like that, you can just continue attacking. If he thrusts you, just dodge to the right. If he slams like that, just dodge to the right. But yeah, like I said, this isn't going to be a guide about fighting the bosses properly. It's mostly just going to be about the cheeses. So yeah. Then you're gonna stab him in the throat, only to fight him 5 bosses later. So after Geni, our main mission is to get 5 Litecoin purses to buy firecrackers. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm also gonna pick up these pellets for a cheese later on for Genichiro in the castle. Down in this cave, there's a Akko that I go get. That jump is kind of scary. You don't probably want to do that. You probably just want to drop down and not do that weird jump. Gonna grab that ash as well. Make our way over to the shuriken prosthetic that's in this building. If you're doing a Shura run, that's probably the only ash you're going to need for the entire run. So if I pick up any more ash, it's for Immortal Severance. Then we're going to talk to this seller, or this merchant rather, and we're going to sell our 5 Litecoin purses to buy firecrackers. And now we're going to head back to Dilapidated Temple. We're going to grab this idol to fit our prosthetics with the sculptor. After Temple, you have the option to go kill this guy for extra emblems. So you can do the full Ogre script that I'm about to show you. Now you're going to want to equip your prosthetics, and you're going to equip Gachin and Ash. It's the most important things here, because we're going to sneak up on Ogre and get the first death blow on him to have an easier kill. So we're going to do 4 hits in front, then dodge, 6 hits in back, he'll stun, 2 more hits, dodge backwards, firecracker, then we're going to do 6 more hits, Ash, and 7 hits and run away. And this is the part where you need more emblems. You're going to come up in this building and firecracker him from above, so you don't have to dodge any of his attacks. Then after Ogre, you're going to come over here and grab a gourd seed. The gourd seeds are going to be used for a Genichiro cheese later on. And we're also going to grab this pellet down here for the Genichiro cheese. Once you get to this snake, you're going to want to shimmy a little fast by tapping the right stick over and over again. And you're going to want to jump with that icicle, go in that corner so the snake misses you, and then you're free to grapple. He won't hit you. He has like a really weird hitbox while you're grappling up those trees, so he'll never hit you if he didn't hit you in that corner. That's 100% safe. You can do it every time. We're going to come and grab this Akko for Gyoubu. Then we're going to wait here very patiently while this slow-ass motherfucker gets to his spot. There we go. We're going to come up in this building, crouch so no one sees us, and we're going to grab a heavy coin purse. And then get the hell out of there. I go along that wall so that gunner doesn't shoot me. That's just like a 100% thing. And now for Gyoubu. This first phase script is basically free. If you have firecrackers, you should definitely do it. You're going to do 5 hits, cracker, 6 hits, cracker. And then you're going to grapple to him and do 3 hits. He's going to stun, and 3 more hits. Cracker. Hit him 1 time, he's dead. Or that's first death blow, rather. Then you're going to hit him and buff. Grapple to him, you're going to strafe these attacks under his neck. Cracker, 2 hits, back up parry, cracker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits, cracker. Then we're going to wait for him to do his Gyoubu thing. We're going to cracker 1 more time and hit him again. And if you do that every time, Gyoubu will do the same thing every time. So it's a 100% script. Works every time. We're gonna use this idol to increase our attack power. Use the memory. And then we're gonna go kill a rat here to get the art book from Tengu. If you're doing Immortal Severance or All Memories, you actually don't need to kill this rat because we don't use the art book he gives us at all. So you can actually just go to Tengu and decline him. Now we're gonna make our way to Bull. There's this gunner here. You can just run alongside him and he'll shoot. He'll never shoot you if you do that pathing. If you just run alongside him like that, he'll just shoot beside you. Gonna grab this Akko and make our way to Bull. These trolls, or whatever they are, will never hit you. You can just run by them. This pathing is safe. I'm not going to use confetti or crackers here because they're kind of pointless. I just use an Akko. The hits you get while firecrackering, they don't go towards his stagger, or they only just decrease his vitality, which we're not really aiming for. We're aiming for a posture break here. So what I'm going for is headshots. I'm just sticking to his side here and baiting out this one attack and going for headshots. I dodge and go for headshots. There's no real cheese for this guy. Bull's just kind of a D. You can either do that headshot tactic or you can just run around to his behind and keep hitting his ass. That's really the only things you can do in a no-hit run. So after Bull, we're gonna go get the spear prosthetic. Run by those guys at the door. We're gonna death blow this guy. This looks scary, but it's 100% safe. That guy will never hit you. On the left there. Gonna get that gatehouse key so we can get the spear prosthetic. Gonna kill that guy so he doesn't alert anybody with his fucking pan. Gonna grab the spear and we're gonna grab the heavy coin purse right next to it, and then we're gonna idle out. Then we're gonna go on a road trip all the way to Senpo to grab some cheese items for Geni. You can just run by these wolves, they will never hit you. Grab this heavy coin purse. This pathing in the dungeon is also 100% safe. The only thing you want to worry about is these crickets right here that I jump over. You want to always jump over those guys because they kind of get feisty and hit you sometimes. Then we're going to grab this Akko in the boat and kill this dude so he doesn't shoot us in the water. We're going to run past all these guys. They'll never hit you. That guy will pretend like he's going to hit you, but he's just a loser. I go up to this sign so that lady stops stalking. That's why I do that. And then I grab this gachin. Because when she's talking, you can't interact with anything. So that's why I go up and make sure she stops talking. And then we're going to grab this Akko that's right here. And I go off on this little thing for another heavy coin purse, which you only need for Immortal Severance and all mems. These crickets in this room will never hit you. They're like passive crickets for some reason, so you can just run by them. That guy will never hit you. Either just grab this gourd seed and get out of this room. You don't need this gachin. I pick it up from an old routing I was doing. You don't actually need that gachin. You can just grapple to that branch without interfering with that guy at all. We're going to go to this merchant over here and get some persimmons, I think you call them. This is very important. If you're doing IS or all mems, only sell 3 of your bags and keep 1. If you're doing Shura, you're only going to have 3 bags anyway, so just sell them all. But very important, if you're doing IS, Immortal Severance, or all mems, only sell 3 bags there, as we're going to need the other bag for something else. And we're going to idle to the castle again. Make sure to grab that idol too, so you don't have to run all the way back there. That Shugendo idol. We're going to come up here and we're going to crouch and we're going to bait this guy. When his marker turns yellow, he's going to walk over to that side and he's not going to see us when we run by. This is the quickest no-hit way to do this. And we're going to come up in this building. We're going to grab this ash. Again, if you're doing Shura, you don't really need that ash. Grab this gourd seed for the Genichiro cheese. We're going to grab this idol, so we can idle back here. That's a speedrun skip, but it's really easy and it's been adopted by no-hit runners, so you can do it. If you miss that skip, you can always go back to the idol and rest to reset the enemies. We're going to grab Yashi here from Black Cat Badger. Buy those 3 Yash. And we're going to go back to Dilapidated Temple to get the spear. And more importantly, get the prosthetic art book. Which will give us more emblems later on in the run. We're also going to talk to Emma here and use our 3 gourd seeds with her. So we should have 4 gourd uses now. And then we're going to go to the idol and make sure we remember to acquire Makiri, because that's going to be important. Don't want to forget that Makiri. Then we're going to go back to the antechamber and do this skip one more time. And we're going to rearrange our menu, our quick items menu for this upcoming fight. We're going to need Yashi, Healing Gourd, Pellets, and the Persimmons. So now we're on to Castle Genichiro here. You're just going to run right by him, and you're going to attack before this line. That's very important. You want to attack before that line so you stop running. And what stopping running does is that baits him into this doorway. If you continue running into the door past this line, he's going to bow you in the back. So you want to make sure you stop running before that line. Do these 2 attacks to time out your jump and dodge. That's why I do the 2 attacks and then I dodge into the doorway, just to time my jump to get on top of him. Once he's in the cheese, you just want to hit him 4 times at this angle. What I do is I hold forward on the walk stick, and as soon as I see my character walk, I hit the attack button 4 times. So you see me walk and attack 4 times. Walk, attack 4 times, and I just continue this cycle over and over and over again. There is one thing, he will stutter step, and this means he's going to bow you. I'm going to replay it here. He's going to stutter step if you watch his feet, and that means right there, that means he's going to bow you. So you got to watch his feet and stop attacking and dodge into him when he bows you. That's the only thing you have to look out for while you're doing this cheese. Other than that, just wail on him and keep doing the 4 attacks. Make sure not to do 5 attacks, because the 5th attack will miss and not connect with him, and then he's gonna hit you. So just stick to 4 attacks. And now on to phase 3. The beginning of it is kind of monka, but it's really not that bad. You're just gonna run straight back to the doorway and Yashi, and then Mikiri counter. And you're not going to be able to see, but then you're going to rotate left, using your gourd, and baiting him into this thrust with your healing items. What's happening here is he's reading your inputs for the heal, and so every time you heal, he's going to thrust. This takes a little bit of practice to get the timing down, but it's relatively easy. And you're going to use 4 gourds, 3 pellets, and 2 persimmons, and he's dead. There is another variation of this that I'm going to show you using firecrackers, and you don't have to go all the way to Senpo first. You just need Yash and 3 gourds and 3 pellets. So you don't have to go to Senpo at all before this one. You're actually going to use firecrackers. I'm not a huge fan of the firecracker cheese, as I've been hit a couple times. But if you can find a way to make it work for you, then more power to you. So you pretty much exhaust all your firecrackers and just firecracker hit him once. Pretty simple stuff. And he's dead again. I use my memory here to gain attack power. I talk to Kuro one last time, and then I'm off to talk to Isshin to do his required dialogue. Very epic stuff going on. And after I'm done talking to Isshin, I go back to Kuro, and I'm going to grab the gun fort key. This isn't a huge thing, it's just kind of annoying to forget the key and then have to come back and grab that key and then go back to gun fort and unlock the door. It's kind of just a nuisance, so just try to remember the key. Then we're going to go back to Shugendo. This running section is speedrun strat, but it's 100%. You'll never be hit. I see a lot of people kill these Straw Hat guys, and it's really unnecessary. You just do this line every time, and they'll never be hit by anything. Then we're going to come to Roberto. We're going to make sure we have Ash equipped on our quick menu. And we're going to Yashi and change to Shuriken Prosthetics. And we're going to hit him 10 times. And this is going to stagger him. And then we're going to switch to Firecrackers. Hit him twice. Ash. Hit him 8 times. Parry his Berserk combo. And then hit him 4 or 5 times more. And he's dead. After the 4th hit, he's going to stun anyways. So even if you miss hits or whatever, after 4 hits, he'll stun. So it's a pretty safe strat. This running section is a little bit specific. There's a lot of projectile enemies. You want to make sure when you do this section, you run around this part so that little straw hat guy right there doesn't see you. You can run past these guys, they're never going to hit you. I run on the railing here, it's really not necessary, you can just run right past them. You want to make sure this is take a wide turn here. If you take that corner too sharply, that straw hat guy can kill you, or hit you rather. When he's spinning his sword, I don't know what weapon he has, but when he's spinning that thing. This is another speedrun strat for monkeys. You want to gotchin inside the arena, then walk back and hit that invisible monkey, and then you can use your firecrackers to kill these guys pretty easily. They're just going to stand there. Grapple here, firecracker him as well. Then we're going to grapple around this way to force the purple monkey into this building. These ghost monkeys look like they're going to hit you, but they never will. You can just run right by them. Epic whiff. And now we've collected the most powerful weapon in the game, Mortal Draw. We're going to use our memory, and we're going to acquire mid-air combat arts. So we have Jumping Mortal Draw, which is the most powerful move in the game. By the way, all the skills I get here are pretty specific. It's how many skill points you attain throughout the run. So you want to make sure to get the skills I get exactly if you're looking to do this run. And now we're on our way to Gunfort. This jump is probably not necessary. You can probably go closer and get an easier jump there. This Ash isn't necessary for Shura, but I would suggest getting it anyways for the timing to make that guy shoot at the same time every time. That jump is also unnecessary. You can just grapple to that tree and then gotching up there. But after that, after gotchining, you just follow this road and no one will see you. That guy on the right is sometimes a bitch and shoots you, so you want to make sure you jump to the left a bit there so he doesn't shoot you. And then when you get to this grapple point, you want to crouch all the way to the bridge, run along the left side, jump down to the right, do this fancy jump to make sure people don't hit you, and then re-gotching for the next section. And you're gonna wait here until you see these yellow arrows up here disappear. And now no one should see you. Just make your way up here. Death blow that dude. For Centipede, you're going to yash up, and I'm going to slow this down here so it's a little bit easier to comprehend. But you're going to throw ash in his face. It's going to look like it's not going to hit, but it's always going to hit. Give yourself a little bit of distance away from him and modal draw him. Push forward on the stick and modal draw him again. That'll work every time, even though it looks scary. His attack's too slow to hit you. You're going to dodge behind him. Modal draw again, and then we're going to cracker him in the face. Sometimes he likes to roll away after that, so just be mindful that after the roll, cracker him and wait to make sure he's stunned first if he rolls away. I'm going to show you one more time in real time. This is a no deflect strat that I came up with when I was doing that run. Here's another speedrun pathing tip for you. You can just jump down here. Jump down here like this and swim 9 times to the cave. You don't have to wait for the snake at all. I really hate watching people wait for this snake because it's really unnecessary. You just swim 9 times past him. Works every time. We're gonna rest here. You don't really need to rest, but I rest. You mostly just want to grab that idol. And you can just drop down here and grapple to this branch. Looks kind of scary, but it's not. And we're actually going to buy some pellets off of this merchant. He's got 5 pellets, just take them all. This snake looks scary, but it's really not. You just want to jump before the edge, because when you jump on the edge of something, it takes you longer to jump for some reason in this game. So you want to jump before the actual edge, so you're out of the way of the snake. That's really all it is. We're going to stop at this idol, and we're going to acquire a couple skills and buy some emblems. We're going to acquire midair prosthetics and then just buy all the emblems you can. We're going to go around and kill this dude because he likes to shoot you while you kill Snake Eyes, and it's really annoying. It's much safer to just kill that dude. And then we're going to switch to our Akko, because we don't have any more Yashi at this time. Switch to Akko. You want to make sure you get right behind her, just like this. Right on her left side. Then you want to create distance when you jump. Modal draw. Prosthetic away. Modal draw. You really want to make sure when you're doing that first modal draw that you have some distance from her. Because if she does her fast attack and you're right up on her, she can still hit you. But if you create some distance at that first modal draw, you will be fine. I'm going to grab this idol here, but if you're doing Shura, you don't need to grab this idol. This is a safe pathing for this chicken. Just jump above him and swipe, and that'll stagger him if he tries to hit you. It works every time. Just make sure to do that one swipe so he doesn't. So if he does try to hit you, it'll stagger him. We're gonna grab those snap seeds. We're gonna need those for Fake Monk. We're gonna do tree skip here and kill Miss Noble. I actually make a mistake here. I'm actually supposed to go back and get a coin purse. After Miss Noble dies, the fog goes away, and there's a coin purse that's available after his death. So I'm supposed to go back and get that coin purse. It's like right outside of his building, but I forget to do that, but I'll do it after Fake Monk, and I'll show you where it is. This big guy looks like he's gonna hit you with the bell, but he never will. Just grapple up to that grapple point, and he'll never hit you with that bell. It's safe every time. So now we're on the true monk, or not true monk, sorry, Fake Monk, and we're going to use her cone of vision to get around her. She has a very limited cone of vision for some reason. So we use this pathing. Oh, I'm actually going to go get a money bag here for IS all MEMs. But we're going to go take this pathing so she can't see us. Snap seed 3 times. And then we're going to firecracker her like 6 times, and that'll be enough to get the death blow on her like that. If you jump off the pillar and you don't get the death blow, that's fine, she won't see you. If you've taken the correct pathing, she won't see you. You can just continue to firecracker again, or ash her if you have more ash. So I wouldn't normally make this trip, but I'm going to get the money bag. So it's right here in this grave, right in front of Miss Noble's hut. I'm showing you where you kill him. That's where you kill Miss Noble, and then you just run back to this grave, and it's right there. We're going to use our memory and get the skills. If you're doing IS or all MEMs, this is actually going to be the last skills you get. You want to make sure you get the emblems, the emblem that has that just costs 2 skill points, and the one that costs 3. You don't want both the skill points that cost 3, or you're not going to have enough for strats later. So now I'm doing some collecting for IS and all MEMs. So you can just go straight to Ape if you're doing Shura. I collected Yashi, 2 treasure carp scales, and a bulging coin purse. This pathing I'm about to do is also safe. You'll never be shot by monkeys or anything like that. Just grapple there, jump there. It doesn't have to be exact or anything, just do a roundabout what I'm doing. Nothing will hit you. So now we're going to prepare for ape in our quick menu. We're going to want Yashi, confetti, and a healing gourd and the pellets we just bought from the merchant. So you're going to come into the arena, you're going to confetti, you're going to Yashi, then you're going to jump mortal draw him twice. After that, you're going to hit him twice, and you're going to wait for his left hand to come down, and you're going to hit him 5 more times. This is Ape's stagger loop. You can loop him in this stagger infinitely. I'm going to show you again. So come up, mortal draw. You're going to hit him twice. You're going to wait for that hand to come down. You're going to hit him 5 more times. I dodge here just cause you don't really need to do that. Hit him twice more. Then wait for the hand to come down again. 5 more hits. Once you're in phase 2, you want to create some distance between you and Ape. You're going to use the same healing bait strategy that you used for Geni. And once he does his lunge attack from the bait, you're going to mortal draw his neck. The neck acts as giving headshot posture. This is why we go for it. So you're going to jump back at an angle, unlocked, and you're going to aim for his neck. You're going to rinse repeat this until the ape is dead. When you run out of gourds, we bought some pellets, so you can use pellets. Also, when he screams, you can yash up again for more damage. Even though you don't have any emblems with your mortal draw right now, with yash, you still do quite a bit of damage, as you can see. You can always escape ape after 1 mortal draw. Nothing will ever hit you. Just watch out for the trees. The trees can sometimes get in your way. But besides that, if you run away, you'll be fine. After ape, we're going to idle back to the last idle. Once you've gotten the flower and the shelter stone from Fake Monk, your last idle automatically becomes abandoned dungeon. So you can just go to the last idle from here. From here on out, it's just going to be a Shura run, so if you're doing IS or all mems, you can skip ahead to the timestamp I've placed on screen. So if you're doing Shura, you're going to get these skills. You're going to get double Ichimonji. We're going to use this for Emma. You're also going to use your memory. And then we're on our way to Emma and Isshin. You can run by this red hat. He's not going to hit you. Just run right beside him and he'll never hit you. We're going to grab this Yashi for the last boss fight. And when we get up to this grapple on this building, we're just going to stand there for 1-2 seconds until he completely aggroes that lone shadow. This will make it so he just drops down and he doesn't attack us right off the bat. Here on this rafter, you're going to jump away. I jump away like that because there's a shuriken that comes sometimes from that guy. That's why I jumped out like that. Now I actually make a mistake here. I'm supposed to equip Ichimonji before the boss fight, but I actually forget. But I do it after you can do it after your Yashi pop as well. Works just fine. This strat is pretty simple. You're just going to dodge to the left whenever she attacks. With that attack, you can just run behind her. She does the thrust attack. Just keep dodging and Ichimonjing. And then we're going to switch to modal draw before Isshin's fight, and we're going to use confetti. And then right at the beginning of the fight, we're going to yash and thrust. And then we're just going to keep dodging to the left, same thing. Dodge to the left, keep thrusting. He's going to strafe around, and sometimes you can get a couple more hits in. I actually get pretty decent RNG here, and he just keeps doing the same loop. He sometimes does this. Sometimes he'll grab you as well. At the beginning of phase 2, you're going to yash straight off the bat, and you're going to jump modal draw. Then attack him. And if he does this move, go behind him, modal draw, attack. He does the same move again, just modal draw in the back. I'm going to show you a different take of Emma and Isshin now. I make a few mistakes here, but I recover. I actually dodge into her here. And I spaz dodge there. You can dodge that thrust like that too. That's fine. You can also cancel her out of this thrust animation. Like this. Switch to mortal draw. I unfortunately don't have a grab. Sometimes he grabs, and usually with the grab, I unlock the camera and I thrust him that way. I don't have a grab in either of these fights, unfortunately. Again, just mortal draw him, attack. You're gonna have to learn his fire attacks a little bit. This isn't really like a cheese, but you have 18 emblems. You have 6 mortal draws, so you should be good. You're just gonna have to learn his fire attacks a little bit to know when the openings are. Overall, this run took me a little under 50 minutes. It could probably take you a little under an hour, but that is it for the Shura portion of this video. Thank you for watching. If you're just doing the Shura portion of the run, take care. If this video helped you at all, please leave a like, and I will see you next time. Now on to Immortal Severance.
さすがはわしのせがれじゃの。
Alright, welcome to the Immortal Severance portion of the run. First off, I want to congratulate you for being a Giga Chad and deciding to do Immortal Severance instead of Shura. But yeah, as you can see, you want to get your memory and get your attack power up, and then we're going to make our way to Owl. We're going to grab that Yashi, and we're also going to grab these scales, because we're going to be using the Dragon Mask later on in the run. Get that second treasure carp scale, and we're going to sit here for 2 seconds once we grapple up to that building, so that lone shadow does not attack us. When you grapple up to this board, you're going to want to jump because the shuriken's going to come at you. So make sure to jump there. It's always 100% safe if you jump. Now for Shinobi Owl, we're actually going to do the same thing to him that we did to Genichiro, but on the other side with the other door. So there's 4 things he can do when he's walking towards you. He can do this straight up, just come at you. You're going to single parry him into the doorway. And you're going to look at a specific spot on the wall to keep him in the door cheese. I'm going to show you each and every way he can come at you. This is the one shuriken. And same thing, just single parry him into the door. This is the 2 shuriken. And this is a variation of the first one where he lunges to the right and to the left. A lot of times he'll miss the door if he does that one. So you can just come all the way to the other side of the arena and dodge through his attack. And then just try again. You can just keep on trying again. In second phase, you're going to back up so you don't get hit by his slam. And then you're going to run up to him and you're going to dodge through his smoke attack. You're going to continue the same cheese as you were before in first phase. This is the part of the wall I aim for and aim my camera towards to keep him in the cheese. The only other thing you want to look out for is Sekiro does a 5-hit combo, and on the 6th hit there's sometimes a delay. So you kind of want to spam the attack button between the 5th and 6th attack to make sure you're getting that 6th attack off fast enough so he doesn't get out of the cheese. Shrew Monk is next. She's been cheese as pretty much as long as this game has existed because she has 0 cooldown on Ash and Firecrackers. So you can basically take complete advantage of her with the Firecrackers and Ash. We're going to come up on this branch and Mortal Draw her twice. Then we're going to Firecracker and hit her twice. Remember, you have Chasing Slice. So after the Firecracker, you want to not hit R1 right away. But then we're going to do 4 Ashes with 3 hit each. The last Ash, you can just keep wailing on her. It usually takes 4 or 5 hits. Once we get the first phase Death Blow, we're going to wait in front of her until she steps back and she goes into her ghost form. If you grapple to the tree too quickly, she's not going to go into her ghost form. She's just going to try to hit you off the tree. So make sure to wait until she steps back after the first Death Blow. Third phase, we're just going to Yashi again, and we're just going to use the rest of her Ash and hit her 4 times. The last one, you can just Mortal Draw her and hit her once, and she'll die. This cheese takes 9 Ash, so make sure you have 9 Ash before coming into this fight. In this upcoming running session, you probably want to use a Gachin right here because there is enemies that can see you and there's guys throwing shurikens at you. I don't pop a Gachin for some reason. And I also missed this jump, but that's fine. The Okami leader is going to lightning you. You can just stand behind this building. He's not going to hit you. As you can see, those guys are throwing shurikens at me. But if you Gachin right there, they won't throw shurikens. And this is a cheese for Sakura Bull. You can just Firecracker him in the back and he will stun immediately. You want to make sure after you Firecracker, you hit the bull. That'll cause him to do the stun. Now we're going to go get more Carp scales for the Dragon Mask. There's going to be a lot of collecting in this Fountainhead zone, just because that's where most of the treasure Carp scales are. This whole backtrack is just for 2 Yashi, which is kind of annoying, but if you're doing all mems, it's kind of worth it to have the extra Yash. We're going to kill Shuriken these 2 dogs. Then 2 more dogs are going to come out right here. And we're going to shuriken these dogs. There's actually 3 more dogs that you can see right there, but they just sit there and don't do anything. They don't aggro. This whole pathing that I take is safe. No one will ever hit you. You can just run by everything. When you get to Okami leader, you want to do these grapples and stay behind here for her to do an attack, and then run up to her and wait for her to jump and shuriken her to stun her, and then she's dead. But now we're at the Great Carp, and you're going to swim through this right building. And then go to the left building, and then go through the hole, and he'll not see you. If you take that pathing, he'll never see you. Or sometimes he sees you right at the end, but he won't have time to catch up to you. So it's safe every time. Then we're going to come over here and grab that idol. We're going to grab this idol next to the pot guy, because we're going to come back here and buy a part of the dragon mask from him. Then we're going to go on quite the collectathon and get a lot of scales. So these fish might get away from you, but even if they do, they'll just come right back. They'll just respawn right where they originally were. So you can just keep trying to kill them. I think there's like 11 carp scales I'm going to get here all together in this big old lake. But once we get them all, we're going to go back to the pot guy and we're going to buy that dragon mask. And then we're on our way to dragon. I'm also going to use my True Monk memory. Not really necessary before dragon, but it's nice to have. The running section to dragon is pretty much completely free. Nothing will ever hit you, just run by everything. So you basically in first phase just want to grapple to these trees and death blow them from above. So you get this sweeping attack to kill all the dragons. Pretty easy stuff. In second phase, you're mostly just going for lightnings. That's all you can do. You're just running around, evading his attacks, and getting the lightnings. It'll take a little bit of time to get used to what your openings are. I'm trying to show you can also iframe this slam attack by jumping. I'll jump through it a couple times in the fight. When he does the wind attack, you want to just step back at that distance so he doesn't blow you back, because that is considered a hit. So as you can see, I'm basically just running back and forth. You don't even really have to dodge his attacks. You can just run back and forth from his attacks. There's the iframe. You can just jump straight through the wind attack to iframe it. It's a lot more forgiving than it looks. In third phase, you're pretty much going to do the same concept. You're just going to run back and forth. The only thing you really want to watch out for during third phase is to not get too far away from the middle of the trees, because where the trees originally spawned, or the branches rather, that's where they're going to spawn after third phase. So you want to not run too far away from the branches, or else they'll despawn on you. Pro tip, if you hold forward after you do that last lightning, you can get that grapple on Dragon instead of running up to him. So now we're going to grab the key from Emma, and then we're going to make our way to Isshin's idol. But we're actually not going to go to Isshin yet. We're going to get some extra attack power first. Once you're in Harada, there's 4 last Carp skills we're going to get. And then we are done collecting things. You're going to buy the other half of the dragon mask from this dude for 7 scales. Then we're going to run to this idle. If you're doing IS, you can just idle to last, but this, if you're doing all mems, you want to grab this idle so you can come back here. Then we're going to get the last part of the dragon mask with all of our gold, 3 bulging coin purses and 4 heavy coin purses. And we're going to buy the mask fragment to complete the dragon mask. And then we're going to use 5 attack power, or 5 experience points to upgrade our attack power. And we can do this 4 times. And then we're going to grab this pacifying agent. That's very important to have because we're about to fight a Shichimen. You're going to stand on this platform. You're going to use your pacifying agent. You're going to confetti. You're going to yash. We're going to run up to him. We're going to attack a little bit early so we don't get hit by one of these balls. That comes up from the ground. I'm going to hit it. Right there. We're going to hit him 4 times. He's going to stagger. And then we're going to hit him 2 more times and he's dead. These 4 heals I do is for timing. Wherever you're standing in location to him is where he's going to spawn. If you played DS3, the boss Aldrich works the same way. So after the death blow, just stand there and heal 4 times, and then he's always going to spawn. He will always spawn in that bright orange part where you just drop down from. He's going to be right below that. And then we're just going to do the same thing. 4 hits to stagger, and 2 more hits to kill. One more thing is when you get that last death blow, that 6th hit, just make sure to wait a little bit. Because sometimes the death blow likes to be very weird. So just hit him the 6 times, pause, make sure you can get the death blow, and then actually do it. Now we're going to go cheese double ape, which is probably the easiest cheese you're going to do. We're just going to use a single Akko here. And we're going to jump down, jump modal draw, and do the follow-up. And then in second phase, we want to jump in his way because he's trying to go scream. What he's trying to do here is go scream for the brown ape, and we do the same thing that we did phase 1. And he's dead. He's an extremely squishy boss. I assume because he's made to fight alongside the brown ape. That's why he's so squishy, because you're supposed to be fighting 2 things at once. But we don't do that, because we're cheesing. And now we're on the Sword Saint. You're going to want confetti, yashi, the tanto, the gourd, and pellets on your quick item menu. For Genichiro, we're going to do the same thing we did to him in the castle and just bait him out with the healing items. But we're only going to need 1 pellet this time. Then for first phase Isshin, we're going to do no deflect strats. And there's 2 reasons for that. One, because it's easy. And the second reason is because we don't want to parry death blow. Because if we get a parry death blow, we can't buff beforehand. And buffing beforehand is necessary for the cheese we're about to do. Beginning first phase Isshin, you're going to Yashi and then run to him. And we're just going to keep dodging left. Whatever he gives us, dodge left and then walk left to escape whatever he gives you. Then second phase, we're going to buff beforehand, death blow, fully stand up. Make sure you fully stand up before you firecracker. And then mortal draw, do that 3 times. And then beginning third phase, we're going to Tanto for more emblems and firecracker right away. Then we're going to dodge through his attack and we're going to hit him twice, back off, have him pull the spear out, hit him twice again, firecracker, mortal draw, and he's dead. Just a few more things here. If you're doing all mems and you want to get the Lady Butterfly memory beforehand, you actually don't have to do the extra 4 attacks when you dodge the stomp. You can just stand there and firecracker and then mortal draw. And he'll die the same way. With the Lady Butterfly memory, you can also kill him before he pulls the spear, but you don't want to do that, and here's why. But that is it for the Immortal Severance portion of this guide. Overall, this run took me an hour, 20 minutes. It could probably take you a little under an hour 30. If you are only doing the IS portion of this run, thank you for watching. If this guide helped you out at all, please leave a like down below, and I will catch you next time. Now on to all mems. Alright, welcome to the all memories portion of this video. After Isshin, you're going to come back to Hirata. We're going to use our Gachin here, and we're going to hide from these wolves and let them pass. And we're going to use our shuriken to kill this guy in the alleyway. This alleyway is kind of scary. Pretty much all of Hirata probably has the hardest running sections out of the entire game, because you can't just run through. There's so many mob enemies everywhere. You have to really take them all out, or a lot of them out. Just run by those guys though, and then we're gonna shuriken that bow and arrow guy, backstab that dude, and we're gonna come up here to kill 2 more guys. And then Shinobi Hunter's gonna be alerted, so we're gonna hide again in the brush. And then 1 mortal draw just kills him. He's super squishy at this point, and you have a ton of attack power. So there's like a little platform here you can stand on. I'm having trouble with it here, but you can just stand on there and grapple up that way, so you can avoid all these enemies on the bridge. We're gonna grab the key from Owl, and then we're on our way to Juzou 1. You can just run by these guys. That pathing is always safe. And then make your way up, climbing this wall. You don't really need to kill that dude, but I do. Just cause. We're gonna come up here and kill these two dudes. This guy's always gonna wave his torch after you kill that dude. And then we're gonna stand here and bait out Juzou. If we stand in this spot or around this general area, only Juzou will spot us. The rest of the guys are just gonna be oblivious for some reason. Then we're gonna bait Juzou all the way over here, and we're gonna bring him to the end of his zone of attacking. Right at the end of that walkway is the end of his zone, and then he'll back away. So you want to try to bait him all the way to the end of that walkway, and then I go run to that fire area just for timing, and then he should start walking back. And you can pop an Akko. Get the first death blow. Then we're just going to mortal draw. Mid-air prosthetic. Mortal draw, and he's dead. After Juzou, you can just run by all these guys. They won't hit you. They're pretty bad. Just run by them all. I stick to the right here, so this guy doesn't see me until very late, and I can just kill him. Lady Butterfly. This is your introduction to modal draw dead angles. So I actually forget to pop my Yashi outside of the boss arena. I would definitely consider doing that and not popping it inside like I do. But you're going to go behind that pillar, and you're going to hide from whatever attack she gives you. Then you're going to firecracker her when she comes up. You're going to mortal draw, then unlock, and then while still holding the left stick forward, you're going to turn your right stick 60 degrees from her to the left. So you dead angle her, and she doesn't parry your mortal draw. That's why you're doing this. So she doesn't parry the second mortal draw. Because if she parries it, it gives her less damage. So we want to dead angle her to get the full damage of the mortal draw against her. Then in second phase, it is very easy. You're just going to pop an Akko straight away. You're going to look up to this statue. She's going to jump down from right there. And we're going to jump mortal draw as soon as she comes down. Jump mortal draw. She's going to drop back and try to snap. And you're just going to jump mortal draw her again. This second phase is a very old cheese. It's been around for a long time. And that's Lady Butterfly. We're going to come to this idol, and we're going to use our memory from Lady Butterfly. And then we're going to go back to Shura Route. Once we're in Shura Route, we're going to pop our Gachin before this lone shadow. And we're just going to peace out and leave them in the dust. This whole pathing is safe. No one will hit you if you have a Gachin. Just run along that fire. And then I also run through this other fire, which is probably not the best idea. I would not suggest doing that. I would suggest just running to the right once you go through that broken building. And then we're just going to backstab these goons. And then we're going to backstab the I'm not sure what you call these guys, lone shadows, or I don't think they're lone shadows, but these purple ninja dudes. You're gonna get the death blow and then immediately run as fast as you can over here. Sometimes Juzou will not follow you. He'll just stand there because he'll like drink or whatever. And he'll just stand over there. But I get unlucky and he follows me over here. So I have to wait. And watch his happy ass walk all the way back. Once he does go back, we're going to just pop our Akko. You want to make sure he goes all the way back for this entire cheese to work. Because we're actually going to bait an attack he does. Pop an Akko, death blow, modal draw, midair firecrackers backwards, modal draw. Then we're gonna run to this grass. You're gonna touch grass. Touch grass, he's gonna drink and come back and modal draw him again. Normally you can't hit him twice because he has like hyper armor attacks, but since you're gonna kill him with that second hit every time, you can just send it. This running section to Father Owl, I think is 100%, but I don't know for sure. I believe that guy always does that slow thrusting attack, and you can just run by him, I believe, but I'm not 100% certain. So, I'm not going to lie to you and say that's consistent, but it probably is. Then once we're in Father Owl, I forgot the rest of the idol, but I just healed so I can use my Tanto. And then we're going to Yash in this specific spot to the right and behind him. Then you're going to modal draw. He's going to jump away to this spot every time, and you're going to modal draw him again. And I actually dead angle him for that last hit. We also don't want a parry death blow, because the parry death blow is not going to work for the phase 2 cheese we have. And then we're going to jump modal draw him twice. He's going to jump away on the second. We're going to use our ceremonial Tanto. He's going to do his slam attack. He has like one of 3 slam attacks. I'm not going to show you them all, but you'll find them out. They're pretty easy to deal with. And I actually firecracker here, but you don't really need to. It's more of like a safety thing. Pretty easy second phase if you do phase 1 right. And then we're just going to use our Father Owl memory, and we're on to the final boss of the run. Alright, so once you get to Kuro's room, you should now have 0 Yashi, but we're going to need some for Demon. I have 3 in this clip because I did the route wrong when I did it, but you're going to do it the right way because you're better than I am. But we're going to pick up 2 Yashi next to Ashina Elite. We can just run to the side of him and he won't hit us with his slash. And then we're going to come to this gate to grab 1 more before Demon. When we get to this bridge, we're going to come to the right to avoid all this gunfire. Grapple to this branch, and then come along this way. Run by this guy. I love that dude. He throws his gourd down when you're about to fight him. It's unfortunate that we're going to run by him. Good old Shigekichi. These red hat guys you want to very much avoid because they throw a bunch of projectiles at you. So we're going to go around them and grapple up that way. And the rest of all this pathing is safe. Just make your way through this fire to this idol into Demon of Hatred's arena. And then once we get in there, we're going to come to the right here until we see the boss's health bar. And then we're going to idle to last. Why we're doing this is to eliminate the mob enemies that are in the arena. When we respawn, there's going to be no mobs. It's just going to be Demon, the boss itself. And we're going to use our experience points to grab another skill point. So we're going to Tanto, we're going to Confetti, and we're going to Yash. Then we're going to run straight up to him. He's going to do this opener to like introduce himself or something. I don't know. But we're going to jump modal draw him twice. We're going to run behind him. We're going to hit him once and jump right away to modal draw him again. Sometimes he will do that 180 and you can just do the second modal draw to stun him. And then we're going to do 4 hits to kill him after the stun. Sometimes he will jump away after you go behind him. That's what will happen in phase 2. You'll see what I do. Then between the phase transitions, we're going to Tanto again and buff Yash and heal. Make sure to heal so we can use our Tanto for 3rd phase. Then he's going to do this run attack. This is going to take some practice, probably a lot of practice, to get behind him consistently. And we're going to do the same thing. 2 jump modal draws. Go behind him, hit once. Jump modal draw. He's going to jump away. We're going to dodge whatever attacks he gives us. And then jump modal draw again. Now you want to make sure you don't death blow him before you Tanto. So you want to get the hits to get him to death blow, then Tanto before, so we have enough emblems for the phase 3 cheese. We're going to Tanto, death blow, and then beginning phase 3, we're going to Yashi straight away, and then he's going to do his fire sweep attack every time, and you're going to jump into him, stagger him again. We're going to do 4 hits, and then we're going to chase him down, do 2 more hits. I actually whiff here, but it's fine. We're going to jump straight up, and then once we have already jumped, we're going to move our stick to the left or towards him so the sweep misses us. And we're going to stagger him again, and a couple more hits, and he's dead. This is the fight in real time. For some reason in phase 2, there's a smaller amount of time between his stagger. So just be aware of that. You need to get behind him. I do like 1 dodge and then I jump and get behind him instead of running behind him in phase 2. overall, this all memories run took me a little over an hour and a half. I would assume it would only take you an hour 45 minutes, but that is it for this guide. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this guide or it helped you out at all, please leave a like down below, and I will catch you next time. See ya!